Catching up with the Prep Hoops' Gregg Rosenberg on all things high school basketball recruiting. Greg, thank you for joining us. And I know it's the off season, but when it is the off season, what do you keep your eye on?
So usually we follow the club circuits and the EYBL, the 3SSB or Koa Peat is, Under Armour circuit, and now kind of a newer circuit is the Puma.
Gotcha. Now, for players hoping to make that recruiting splash, what's a couple points of focus they should keep an eye on ahead of this year?
I mean, kind of depends on the player. Obviously, someone like a Koa Peat, coaches already know him, is already a national name, and people are like North Carolina, Arkansas, Duke, Arizona, of course, are following him. Basically, he could play down the road. They'll watch that. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to go to the national thing. He's just that good. But other kids who are trying to make a name for themselves, I mean, you have to perform when you're being watched. When the Division 1 coach comes to your court, and there's like 12 different courts in all these massive places, and you just have to play well. And so they'll circle your name, maybe come back, see you a second time. You got to play well again. Hustling, going for a loose ball, all the 50 things, playing defense, having a motor to defend, and just talking and being a good teammate. Obviously, you got to make some shots if you're the shooter, block shots if you're a shot blocker, rebound, facilitate if you're a pure point guard, just like do what you do really well, and they'll notice.
It feels like Arizona lately, as a whole, with high school basketball, has been getting 5, 10, 20% better, over the course of the past few years. One of those players pushing it forward and will continue to push it forward, and we already mentioned him, was Perry's Koa Pete. What an impressive player. I mean, what have you seen out of his recruiting trip?
He plays so hard, and like his feel for the game also. I mean, all they see is how strong and how powerful his dunks are, but he actually has a real game. He has a middle game. He shoots mid-range jumpers. He makes plays, facilitating rebounds. He defends point guards, and he'll come down and defend a center. Like he's got such an all-around game, and he's just so mature, and he kind of knows who he is. He went to official visit with Houston, and Arizona obviously is deep in there. But then you hear schools like Duke and Arkansas and Baylor. Seems like those are kind of his five.
That's right, Greg. And these programs are going to find out what you and I already know. And it's that Koa Pete is a fantastic kid. And no matter where he goes, he's going to have a great future. But thank you again, Greg, for all of Greg's content. Check out Arizona Varsity and Prep Hoops. For Greg, I'm Eli Avgavai, and we will see you on the other side of the break.